All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is the day, the Tuesday that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing and we're glad in it. I'm super excited. For those of you that are coming on, I want you to please do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know. Prophet Ramon, the squad, we are live today. Right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Good afternoon, all of my family members and friends, those of you that are part of our community, whether it's personal, whether it's professional, whether it's ministry. I appreciate every one of you for supporting what we are doing here at Ramon Preston Enterprises. Thank you for watching the Ramon Preston Show. I want to say thank you to all of you that are students in our online university. For those of you that are clients and mentees in our coaching and mentorship program, if you are in our certification program, our incubator, our licensing program, maybe you just watch us faithfully on social media. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm super excited today because I'm going to be talking about holding company secrets. And really, I thank a lot of you for just reaching out to us the way you do, asking questions, sending us questions through inboxes. Just thank you so much for that, okay? So if you're coming on, here's what I need you to do. Hit the like button, share, tag somebody, text somebody, call somebody, and let them know that the Ramon Preston Show is live. And today we're going to be talking about holding company secrets. Holding company secrets. There are a lot of things that you can do with a holding company to maximize your organizational value. There are a lot of things that you can do with your holding company to maximize your organizational revenue, and so many other things. And so we'll just be talking about a few of those things. I'm really going to be answering some questions that are directly tied to secrets that it may be hard for you to get answers on. And so I'm going to make sure that I answer those questions. Please do me a favor. Put in the comments where you are watching us from today. What city are you watching me from today? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to know what city you're watching your boy from today. I am so excited today. As you see, I'm full of energy. Today is Tuesday. This is a terrific Tuesday, and I'm ready to give y'all some game. For those of you that are in the Atlanta area or near the Buckhead community, next Saturday, April the 23rd, right across from us, down the street, just walking distance from us, we're going to be hosting a one-day event. It's going to be our quarterly Mastermind workshop. It's going to be centered around financial systems, creative tax strategies. We're going to be talking about P&L statements, KPIs. We're going to be talking about business structures and systems, and it's going to be an amazing one-day event. So what we typically do with these one-day events is we start around 10 a.m. We go for about 3 hours to 1 with our mastermind. And that's when we do a deep dive into business systems, the structures, how your infrastructure for your company needs to be set up, how you're positioned in your company. We just do a real good deep dive into the nuts and bolts of a business structure and system. And then we take a break for lunch from 1 to 2. And then at 2, we start the second half of our workshop, and that's going to be on financial systems. So that's where we'll be talking about QuickBooks, configuring your QuickBooks, making it make sense to you and work for you. We'll be talking about creative tax strategies, how to utilize your holding company and your other operating entities for creative tax purposes. We'll be talking about KPIs, as I mentioned, some key performance indicators that you may need to integrate into your business, your revenue impact. How are you measuring it? What are some of the things that you can do to have a better understanding of it? So it's going to be very, very good. And I look forward to having you. If you are interested in being with us in person, we're also going to be virtual. Of course, you could go to RamonPreston.com/event, 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 and you can pre-register for the event next week and be ready when we start. Or you can just give us a call and we'll be more than happy to register you over the phone, basically. All right. But if you can come in person, it's going to be awesome. So we're going to have a lot of people there. We're going to have some of our coaching clients there, our mentorship clients. We're going to have some of our university students there. Like everybody that's connected to us on all levels, we're going to have a lot of those people there that represent different circles and ecosystems. So I'm super excited about it. If you have any questions today, drop your questions in the comments. Now, I only have one phone. My personal assistant, she's also watching the comments as well, so we can answer any of your questions. So I'm looking at the YouTube comments and questions, and she'll be making sure that she checks out the Facebook. So if you have any questions, please drop the questions in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer the question, because we want to talk about some holding company secrets. So there are a few questions that we answered just within the last day or two. Friday, we answered quite a few questions about holding companies. Yesterday, we answered quite a few questions. And so today, we're going to do the same thing and give you some secrets. Okay, I'm looking at YouTube. Max Mage or Maj YT, what's up? What's up? You say, what's up, Ramon? I'm doing absolutely amazing. How are you doing today? I'm doing amazing. Question, how do you get funding for a company that is already profitable? How do you get funding for a company that is already profitable? Well, if your company is profitable, you basically just need to go to a bank or some lending institution and ask them what are the requirements, what type of documentation that they would need to see. I always encourage entrepreneurs, even if you don't know if you qualify for a loan, I always encourage entrepreneurs to go to the bank and ask, not the teller, see if you can set up an appointment with one of the bankers, with one of the individuals who are sitting in those rooms with the glass walls. You want to talk to one of the representatives who actually work with companies and entrepreneurs and corporate accounts and other people outside of just the tellers. And all you have to do is ask them like some simple questions. One of the questions is, could you help me underwrite like what the criteria will be and what type of documentation I would need to get approved for a loan or a line of credit or a credit card or SBA through your institution? Do you all offer those? That's another question that you ask. Do you offer any types of loans or lending programs for businesses? But if you're profitable in business and you're able to show those profits on a profit and loss statement, of course, that may be one of the statements that they want to see. But they also may want to see some tax returns. And it just depends on what lender you go to and you work with. So I hope I answered that question. We have another question. I have an online business making $3 million a year. How can I get started with the holding company? If you want to get started with the holding company, all you have to do is start your holding company. So if you do not, you got a few options. You have a few options. I'm answering this question for Adon S. Mash, I think, or Adon Smash. So you're asking me, you make $3 million a year, which, by the way, if your business is making $3 million a year, congratulations to you. Especially in the time that we're living in right now. So congratulations to you. Hats off to you. Salute you for having a $3 million a year business. How can you get started with the holding company game? So congratulations. I celebrate you and salute you. And I'm glad that you are even in the mindset to know that, okay, you're generating a lot of revenue. Now you want to be able to reposition your company. So you have a few options with me. Number one, if you do not know how to start and structure a holding company and you need someone to do that for you, we have a team of people who provide the service of starting your holding company. Meaning that if you need someone to file it and form it, to get your EIN number, to get your operating agreement, to get it structured legally in whatever the state is that you're in, if you need that, we have a team of people in-house. We provide those services. These are LLC services that we provide, of course, for a fee, but we do provide those. So if you need those services done for you, then we can provide those for you. We can get that filed and formed for you. Now, if you want to be educated on how to actually do it yourself and or how to run it and manage the day-to-day operations of it, we actually have a holding company course with a startup kit. So this is a holding company course with a startup kit. And so we walk you through all of the information that you need to learn about holding companies, how to run them, how to operate them, how to build your divisions out, how to establish your subsidiaries. In the case that you have companies already running that's generating the revenue, we'll show you how to actually transfer the ownership of those current entities to your holding company. And we teach you a lot about how to use that for leverage purposes and how to use it to really maximize your tax advantages and everything else. So we have a course. Now we also have a mentorship program for coaching. We also have a consulting program. So it really just depends on how in-depth of a service that you need. But if you are a do-it-yourselfer and you just feel like you can learn it, you could do it yourself, our holding company course and startup kit will be perfect for you. If you want a legal expert to do it for you, we have a team of people who provide those services. We can make sure it gets done correctly for you no matter what state you're in. If you need myself and my team either on a coaching level or a consulting level to work with you, to help guide you, and to see to it that you're putting your infrastructure together right, we can provide those services to you. So what I would say is, if any of that piques your interest and you would like to know more and figure out what will be best for you, we can get more information from you. All you have to do is reach out to us today. The number to reach out to me is 404. Of course, you need to call me after the show, 478-7213. So just give me a call and we'll be more than happy to assess what you're doing and how you're trying to pivot into building a holding company and moving all of your other operations and assets under it and how it needs to be put together correctly. I'll be more than happy to give you an assessment on that and to show you what will work best for you. But we do have programs and products and services that will meet any criteria that you're looking for, whether you want a legal expert to do it for you, whether you want to do it yourself and learn about it, or whether you just want me and my team to coach or consult you through the process of making sure that not just your holding company is done correctly, but your organizational enterprise is actually structured together. So just give us a call today and we'll be more than happy. Or you can go to RamonPreston.com. You could go to my website. I just want to thoroughly answer your question so you'll know that I'm very transparent. You know, I don't get over on people. I just don't live like that. You could go to RamonPreston.com. Go to RamonPreston.com, and everything I'm telling you, excuse me, you will see on RamonPreston.com. You will see our LLC services. You can actually fill out the form right there on the website, and submit your information, and in less than a week, we'll have your holding company done. We have training. You'll see our holding company course and kit. You'll see our coaching and our consulting services, our prices, everything that we have and everything that we provide, and the prices to them are all found right here at RamonPreston.com. Okay? All right, we have another question. I own an antique business and social media business. Both are small, and I want to get at least one into a big business. But to answer your question, I'm doing good, just learning and relaxing today. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you're doing good, my friend. Thank you for reaching back out and for responding. Okay, so you own an antique business and a social media business, but both are small, and you want to get at least one into a big business. Well, I have to be honest with you. If you have, let's say, an antique business, I'm going to just show you why structure is so important. The only people who really talk about business structures are business consultants. I've never heard business coaches talk about it, because most of the time business coaches are focusing on other things. They may be focusing on just your sales or your marketing, or they may be focusing on your brand awareness or certain other things. But when you start focusing on infrastructure and how you're building this ecosystem out, that's really gonna require somebody who understands that world. But I just want to show you this. Let's say you have a social media company, okay? And then you have an antique business, right? I forgot how to spell antique business. As a business consultant, one of the first things I would tell you to do, and again, this is not like a thorough consultation, but I just want to give you an example of what I would probably say. I would say that you would need to decide to really create some type of holding company and use that holding company to position yourself and to build your brand around. So this business, whatever the name of this business is, whatever the name that you name this holding company, it needs to really reflect a bigger brand, a brand that's bigger than just social media services or antique services or items or products or whatever. Because your holding company can be positioned as a brand. So you're going to have the business. I call this the 3 B's. The business, the brand, and the brand ambassador. So when I consult my clients to start their holding companies, those are the 3 B's I want them to take into consideration. The B of the business. What is the name of your business? Is this your legacy company? If it is, you may want to name it after you. Like Warren Buffett, excuse me, he bought Berkshire Hathaway, excuse me. I think he bought it. I'm struggling today, y'all. Trying to get that out my throat. So Warren Buffett brought Berkshire Hathaway, and he uses Berkshire Hathaway as a holding company. But Berkshire Hathaway is a business, it's a brand, and Warren Buffett is the brand ambassador. J.C. Penney is a holding company. J.P. Morgan. So I would say, if you want to build these businesses and make them big, you got to take into consideration how your business is structured and how you're branding not just these 2 business operations, but how you're branding yourself. Because a lot of times when you have multiple business operations and you're trying to build those operations, it's hard to create a central brand, because you don't know if you should brand this, if you should brand that, what should you market, what should you work on first, when if you just have one general business conglomerate and you position that as a brand, it's easier to elevate the brand or the operation of these other businesses, because everything comes into the funnel or the pipeline of one brand. So it's very similar to what my business is set up as. So Ramon Preston Enterprises sits at the top. So my business, my brand, and my brand ambassador is all one ecosystem. Under that, I have coaching programs. I have consulting services, real estate, investing. We have sales, marketing. We have a whole lot of things. Training, education. We got a university. I have a ministry. So I got so many other things. But these things are not confusing in the market because it all comes into one ecosystem. So that's how I would really recommend you to think about it. So you could really use your main business and brand to elevate the value of your social media company and your antique company. Okay, let's see here. Social media is more of a service business since it's entertainment, live streaming services, and the antique business is more of a brick and mortar. I actually have 2 locations on 2 different sides of town. It's hard to make a central brand because one is for gaming and the other one, well, honestly, it's not hard to make one central brand. You have to decide who's going to be the brand ambassador. Like, branding is everything for businesses. It's just no other way to get big. So it's not really a conflict because it's no different than when you think of Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway, right? Think about it. Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway, you see that as one person, or at least you know who it is and what they do. Under there, they own a lot of, I think they own Fruit of the Loom. They own Fruit of the Loom. They own real estate services. They own insurance companies, Geico, however you spell that. They own stock in Coca-Cola, big stocks. They own big stocks in HP. They just bought $5 billion worth of stock. So they're owners in a lot of business operations, but it doesn't move the brand because the brand is where the power is. That's why you have to take that into consideration. So if you were a big enough brand, or if you built a big enough brand and it was branded and seared into the marketplace, it doesn't matter what you're selling, whether you're selling social media management services, entertainment services, whether you have brick and mortar selling products, whether you have online stores, all those things are still going to all be interconnected to your brand. So you have to think about the brand part of your business if you actually want it to work. It has to work that way. All right, so let me answer a couple more questions. What is the best way to transfer assets within a holding company? What is the best way to transfer assets within a holding company? The best and most common way to transfer assets is through an asset transfer agreement. So when you have an asset that you want to transfer, okay, so let's say you have your holding company here and you have asset over here, okay? Let's say this is an asset and you want to transfer the ownership of that asset to your holding company. All you have to do is draft or get an attorney to draft an asset transfer agreement. And basically what that agreement is going to be is you saying, well, let me read it. This agreement is typically between an individual or subsidiary and a holding company. Similar to a licensing agreement, this should be done by a professional but can be drafted by the entrepreneur with the same process. So that means if you have a company that owns this asset or an individual that owns this asset, all you're doing is just drafting a paper saying, I'm transferring the asset and the ownership to this holding company. Or if your holding company has a subsidiary, you're just transferring it to the subsidiary. Or if your holding company owns it and you want to transfer it to, you're just drafting an agreement. So that's the best way to transfer assets within a holding company. It's common to transfer assets. A lot of times, it's no need to transfer the ownership of the asset, because a lot of times what you will do is, instead of you transferring the ownership of it, you're just going to make sure that your holding company owns whatever those assets are. So if you have assets that you own, the goal is for you to make sure that your holding company owns those assets. That's the ultimate goal. This is what wealthy people do. So wealthy people, they have jets. Wealthy people have cars. Wealthy people have homes. Wealthy people have jewelry. Wealthy people have land. Wealthy people have stocks. They have bonds. They have ownership interests in other businesses. Wealthy people have intellectual property. Wealthy people have trademarks. Wealthy people have copyrights. And guess what? Wealthy people will take all these things and make sure that those things are owned by the holding company, or sometimes these assets will be owned by subsidiaries owned by the holding company. So for example, let's say if the wealthy person wants a jet, well, they can purchase a jet from the holding company if the holding company got the money, and they can put that jet in a separate LLC, and this could be their airlines. I mean, I've seen it happen before. They could put the cars in a separate LLC and make it a transportation company. I mean, they do it all the time. They could take the homes and put them in a LLC for corporate housing or for rental properties, which the home should automatically be in a separate LLC anyway, just for the purpose of clarifying that. So if you have a LLC, I mean, if you have a home, if you have a piece of real estate, especially owned by your holding company or controlled by your holding company, that real estate needs to be in a LLC anyway, okay? So that's the best way to transfer assets within the holding company. Next question. What is the best way to be paid within a holding company? Well, most experts recommend owners to be paid through the holding company, not the operating subsidiaries. By doing this, you allow all the revenue from the subsidiaries to flow up to the holding company, and then you take an owner's distribution or an owner's draw from there. So let me give you a little picture. Man, I think I'm getting a little good in writing and doing some little pictures. So for example, you have the holding company here. This is the holding company. This is you. All right, it could be you and a partner or you and a spouse. So it's either one or two, right? So then you have subsidiaries. You got these other businesses that are making money. They generating revenue. So the question is, how do you get paid? Well, what you don't do is come to the subsidiary and start taking money out of the subsidiary for you. That's not the proper way to do it. What you do is you let whatever the net profits after expenses come back up to the holding company, and then you take a distribution or a draw from the holding company. So you're always able to show those transactions on your QuickBooks, in your bank accounts, because these companies are owned by your holding company. They're not owned by you. You own the holding company. And whenever there's free cash flow in these companies that you know you need, you just run it through your holding company and you take a draw from your holding company. That's the best way to do it. All right. Next question. I got to get off of here early today, by the way, y'all. I have a 1 o'clock. I got to be there at 1, so I don't want to mess my appointment up today. Okay. So here's another question. Why do entrepreneurs need a holding company? That's a good question. Why do entrepreneurs need a holding company? I got a few reasons why I think entrepreneurs need a holding company. Number one, Holding companies foster innovation. They foster expansion. They provide a concentration of economic power. And they allow you to be creative. So let's just talk about the first one, okay? One of the first reasons why I believe entrepreneurs need a holding company is holding companies foster innovation and expansion. So the fact that you have a holding company structured and set up the right way, it makes it easy for you to stay at the top of the mountain of your organization, have a holding company under you, have divisions under it, and then have subsidiaries extended from it. So when you are doing business and operating some type of business in the marketplace, selling a product and selling a service, most of the time you're operating as an operator. You're functioning as an operator. You're not really functioning as an asset manager sitting at the top of an organizational infrastructure that actually has multiple operations going on. And so when that happens, you stay focused in the business and never work on the business. So this fosters innovation because there is nothing above you. The sky's the limit. Anytime you have ideas, you could drop those ideas into your holding company, use them for R&D, research and development, make them divisions. If they become of anything, they can become subsidiaries, or maybe it's an idea that can automatically be a subsidiary. So you're able to foster innovation because you're free to innovate. You're actually building an organizational empire, a conglomerate, an enterprise out, and it gives you the capability of really utilizing the ingenuity of your entrepreneurial genes. You're an entrepreneur. You're a go-getter. You're a thinker. You're a risk taker. A lot of times entrepreneurs lose that because they way down here trying to run an operation when you need to give up a little bit of that and run an organization. So you're going to be more innovative and you'll be able to expand. You're going to be able to grow. You're not capped out. I see it all the time. Entrepreneurs, they start a business. They get bored with that business in 6 months or 2 years because they started a business that was good, but they just structured it wrong. They put that business at the top and they got capped out. They got bottlenecked. All right. The second reason why entrepreneurs need a holding company is they provide a concentration of economic power. Okay? They provide a concentration of economic power. Now, how is that? Well, again, if these subsidiaries start making money, if you got divisions within your company that's making money, guess what's got to happen? All of them got to come up to this company, and this company is going to get all the net profits, and now it's all concentrated. So when you got to make a move that will give you more leverage, that will give you more wingspan and bandwidth to grow and expand, you can do it because all your economic power is concentrated, okay? And then number three, the third reason why entrepreneurs need a holding company is because it allows entrepreneurs to remain creative, flexible, and free to make exchanges in the marketplace. That's one of the main reasons. Okay, I got one more question I can ask before I go. I got one more I can ask. Okay, hopefully you've been getting something out of this. I'm giving you the secrets. These are things that you might not be able to really get a lot of information on just Googling. Maybe you can if you look deep enough. But I want to bring some value to everyone today. And I do that every day, so it's not like today is an exception to the rule. So just give me some feedback in the comments if anything I've said is beneficial for you, or if you're getting some value from. Just let me know in the comments what you think. I always appreciate comments. I appreciate feedback. I appreciate engagement. It means everything to me and to my team. It's letting us know that we're doing something right and that it is making an impact. All right, last question for today. What is the disadvantage of owning a holding company? What is the disadvantage? The biggest disadvantage of owning a holding company is the lack of understanding, the lack of awareness, and the lack of practice as an asset manager. A lot of times people who own businesses don't even think that way. But when you own a holding company and you understand what you own and how powerful of a vehicle that can be, then you're going to practice running that business as an asset manager, because your holding company becomes an asset. You are managing an asset. You ain't just running no little business or operating like a sole proprietorship. All right, so that's very important. Most entrepreneurs never invest enough time, training, money, and effort into becoming masters at leading such a complex enterprise. And it's true. So when you own a holding company and you sit at the top of that holding company and you start creating divisions, and when I say divisions, these could just be departments and operations that you are running, but they're not separate entities, all right? But then all of a sudden you start creating subsidiaries. You got your real estate investing, you got your crypto investing, you got your Turo going, you got your Airbnbs, you got a restaurant, you done opened up a bar, you got a game room. I mean, you're just doing all kind of stuff down here, right? But guess what? You're at the top operating as an asset manager. How are you an asset manager? Because this is an asset. This holding company is an asset. Why is it an asset? Because of all of the things that it owns or controls. This holding company should be owning and controlling ownership interests in other businesses. It should be owning and controlling intellectual property. It should be owning and controlling copyrights, trademarks, licenses. It should be owning and controlling real estate through other entities. It should be owning and controlling certain products and services that are making money in the marketplace that they either operate within the business or within a subsidiary. Okay? Hey daughter, one of my spiritual daughters, I see you, girl. Very good information and it's helping me. Thank you for being so willing to help others and share your knowledge and expertise. Minister, Mrs. Coach and Consultant Latika S. Carter, I love you and appreciate you as well. So that is one of the disadvantages of owning a holding company. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. You have no clue how to start it and structure it and scale it. And you're just talking a good one and you're doing what every other internet guru is doing. And I don't want that to be your portion, okay? ALR Evolution, I want to thank you for all you share. You have helped me greatly with your videos and understanding the holding company structure. Bada bing, bada boom. Well, listen, we have a holding company course and startup kit on our website. If you would like to get access to it, we offer that for only $4.97. And that's an entire holding company course and startup kit. You could get the whole course and startup kit, learn everything you need to know about holding companies. And we have an operating agreement in there. We have your documents, your forms. We have tutorials to walk you through the process of getting your EIN, categorizing your holding company correctly with the IRS, with the Secretary of State. We show you how to build your divisions out. We answer a lot of these questions. We have workshops that we do in the holding company space that show you a lot of the intricate, granular details of structuring a holding company and scaling it. So if you want access to that holding company course and startup kit, all you have to do is give us a call at 404-478-7213. Of course, you can go to the website and purchase it, but if you call if you call and purchase any products from us in-house, we always take the time to provide for you a free consultation. So that means my team and I, we always make sure we take the time to ask questions, to get more information from you, to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, you're actually buying and purchasing the right product. So of course, you're free to go to our website and purchase it. But if you would like to just make sure that you're making the correct purchase and that you're getting what you need to provide value to you and to what you're building with your holding company or your organization, all you have to do is call us at 404-478-7213. Again, 404-478-7213. Now, if you would like more training outside of just the holding company, we have an entire comprehensive training program called the Millionaire Blueprint. This program includes the holding company course and startup kit, but it also includes courses on entrepreneurship. It includes courses on financial literacy, creative tax strategies, goal setting, courses on how to create a sales system and a sales process if you need to learn about sales. We have a course in marketing. We have other complementary courses that help you with wealth building. We have courses on the income ladder of success to teach you the fundamentals of money and how to become a millionaire and how to create a $1 million financial plan. So that is our Millionaire Blueprint, our Millionaire Blueprint. There are hundreds of training courses in that program. You can get access to that. All you have to do is ask us about it when you call. It is a $1,500 program, but if you want a comprehensive program and give yourself enough time to learn all the details of how to properly start your business, structure it with the right systems and processes. You're going to learn about sales over here. You're going to learn about marketing over here. You're going to learn about operations over here. You're going to learn about financials over here along with the holding company. So it's just up to you if you are just okay learning about the holding company and building a business structure and creating the right organizational enterprise. You can get this or you can get that. All right. All you have to do is call 404-478-7213. Again, you could go to RamonPreston.com, RamonPreston.com. All this information, you'll find it there on our website about our holding company course and startup kit, about our Millionaire Blueprint, about our coaching program, our mentorship program, our consulting services. Everything that we have is at RamonPreston.com, or just call and we'll go over everything with you to make sure that you are making the correct decision. I love every one of you. Appreciate all of you so much for joining the Ramon Preston Show. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Click the bell and invite others to join you in your subscription. Also, I want you to visit me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and follow me at Ramon Preston on all of those platforms. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you same place, same time tomorrow, right here. You already know.